Well, hello everybody, and welcome once again. Here we are on the show live this week. It's Monday. Yeah, did you survive the weekend? It was certainly a busy weekend for me. I can tell you I was out at Sarnia Rib Fest, put on by the Northern Heat Rib Series. Was happening all weekend long. And even though Mother Nature didn't quite cooperate the way we would like her to whenever we have an outdoor festival, people were still coming out for their ribs in the rain. They wanted their ribs, and they wanted to taste some great ribs from Northern Heat Rib Series. And then Mother Nature did come around a bit on Saturday. It was beautiful. I'm even a little red in the face because of it. And then things continued on Sunday. But it was all about the ribs, and there was some fun for the kids down there as well. So thanks to the Northern Heat Rib Series for a successful event and for including us here at the Video Show Network to be there. I know we're making plans for next year, and looking forward to some new things going to be added next year. So thanks, Northern Heat Rib Series, for that. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show again this week. Wherever you are watching live from, we are going to be looking for your comments, but you've got to come on over to where we are, and that is where the show is, which is at the show Sarnia on Facebook. We're being simulcast broadcast in about 15 different places all over the world, including United Kingdom, United States, and Australia. But if you want us to see your comments, come over to the show Sarnia on Facebook, and we'll be able to hear from you. And we might even open up the lines. We might even open up the camera a little bit later on, so you can join and talk to us with some of our guests as well. Speaking of guests coming up, a little bit of a change, but we did find someone to replace, and you know, she's really awesome anyway as well. RJ Redden, who is involved in the social media world, and she deals with chatbots. And if you don't know what chatbots are, then definitely stick around. She's my first guest. We'll be talking about chatbots. And we're going to talk about RJ Redden and how she got involved in the social media world and what brought her to where she is today. Then coming up around 4 o'clock, well, we know him as Doc Flockerson, but we know him as Jim Loxton as well. He's a Parrot Head. Do you know what a Parrot Head is? Be a Parrot Head. You could be a Parrot Head. Would you like to party with a purpose? Then you qualify to be a Parrot Head. And Jim Loxton will be joining us around 4 o'clock. And then coming up a little bit later on, around 4:15, we will have Audrey Keenan. She has Angel Art. What is that all about? Well, you're going to have to stick around and find out. Now, as we do all the time, we like to ask you to please share us around on all your social medias. We are everywhere, as you can see, the Video Show Network. So this is the show. Some people get it confused. The show with David Burrows is a part of the Video Show Network, and the Video Show Network hosts this show, as well as now 25 other live shows from around the world is hosted on the Video Show Network, from the United States to United Kingdom, South Africa, Australia, Ireland, I think is in there. It's fantastic to see all these talk shows being hosted on the Video Show Network. People talk about business. They talk about personal development. There's psychics out there talking. There's some Sunday morning church conversations happening. So I guarantee you, if you're looking for something, you can find it on the Video Show Network. And we're everywhere on all the social media at TVSN World. So please go check us out for that. All right. Well, I talk about it a lot, and I'm going to talk about it every week because we want to lead up to Blue Water Border Fest. Yes, it's second year here in Sarnia, and we'll once again be down at beautiful Centennial Park. And you want to get your tickets for this, July 26th, 27th, 28th. I will be the special guest MC as well. I'll be on the stage doing the announcement. I'll be backstage live with some of the guests, like Drake White's going to be there. The Guess Who is going to be there. Honeymoon Suite is making an appearance. Yes, Honeymoon Suite. I've seen them 12 times. I can't get enough of them. They're all going to be there. The Arkells, exciting, super exciting. The Arkells are going to be there as well. They just performed in Hamilton to a crowd of 24,000 people, and we've got them coming here to Sarnia once again. So, yeah, some really exciting things could be happening. I'm excited to be a partner with that, and the Video Show Network, a media partner in there as well. So thanks to Mark Perrin and everybody. Blue Water Border Fest, go online to, they're available, bluewaterborderfest.com. to get your tickets for that, including, I should mention as well, there's some local acts that are going to be there. Jabrito is going to be opening up for Honeymoon Suite. And I know my friend Tony, who is the drummer for Jabrito, Tony Zangoli, he's opened up for Honeymoon Suite. He's probably the biggest Honeymoon Suite fan ever in the entire world. So he gets to play in his band and open up for them. So I know he's super excited for that. And also local performer Corey James Mitchell is going to be on Country Night. That's on the Thursday. So get your tickets for that. Once again, online now at bluewaterborderfest.com. Sarnia Speaks. Well, if you haven't heard of Sarnia Speaks, it's been going on just a little over a year here in Sarnia. Danielle Cooper began the initiative to speak out about mental health. And Sarnia Speaks has grown tremendously, a monthly safe place, if you will, for people to gather and speak out about mental health issues. And there's always a panel of guests. And now Sarnia Speaks, Speaking Out Part 2 is coming up here this Thursday, again at the Sarnia Public Library Theater. Admission's absolutely free. They do take donations at the door. But get there. It fills very, very fast. I have yet to make it. I almost got there once, and then the phone rang and I had to. But anyway, get there to Sarnia Speaks. I'm hoping to get to this one for sure. Of course, speaking out about mental health, very, very important in any community. So take advantage of that this week as well. And I lost my mouse. Here we go, producer and everything else. Yes, very excited once again that the Video Show Network will be broadcasting live the Canada Day Parade. This will be our third year broadcasting the Canada Day Parade events. And once again, we're thankful to our sponsor, Blue Water Power, is supporting, and some others as well, supporting the broadcast of the parade that will take place at 11:30. The broadcast will begin as the parade begins. And we'll be doing a pre-show as well. That starts about 11:15. We'll have some fun special guests in the pre-show. That's a teaser. Yes, it is. I can't tell you who it is. That's to make you watch it. That's the whole purpose of me not telling you. So you go, I wonder what David's up to. So check that out online. You'll be able to see that on our YouTube channel and on the website, tvsn.ca or thevideoshownetwork.com. And I'm going to be in 3 different parks. They're going to drive me all over the place. So we're going to be doing the parade, and then they're going to take me to where we're doing the ceremonies, award ceremonies for the winners of the parade. Then they're going to take me down to another park to MC the festivities and announce all the bands that are happening. And of course, celebrating 151 years. Wow, hard to believe. 151 years, Canada celebrating its independence. And of course, fireworks. Fireworks are going to happen on Canada Day. And do you know what else is really magnificent that happened 49 years ago today? RJ Redden knows the answer. It's my birthday too, so that's kind of cool. I get to celebrate with fireworks on my birthday. So looking forward to that. Canada Day celebrations, July 1st, and some other things come along as well. Keep following along on our Facebook for that. All right. Did I kill enough time? I'm even early, but that's okay because I could have my next guest on for a full hour. I could probably give her a day, and neither one of us would stop talking because we both love what we do. And she is here in the lobby. I don't need to wait any longer because she knows what she's doing. That's her picture on the screen. You can see, of course. But this is my friend, RJ Redden. How are you?
I'm so good. Thanks for asking me to come on today, David. I've been hoping to join you for some time, so this is an honor. It's awesome.
Well, sometimes we have tried a couple of times. I've had somebody canceled or whatever, as that happened today, and life happens, and that's cool. And you were the first one that popped into my head. I'm like, she's around, she's busy, but if she's got time, she'll give me her time. So RJ Redden, thanks for being here. You're busy. I think that's probably one of the things. I like busy people because that usually means they're like. A dog doesn't chase a parked car, right? So you're usually making some things happen. So I know a fair amount about you, but let's back up and share with everybody that's watching the show here. Who's RJ Redden?
Well, once upon a time, no, I'm kidding. I'm a person who's always been really attracted to and interested in technology. I've got no idea why. Okay. But I've always been interested in helping people have a better system to do something, like systems and processes. I love to think about that stuff in my head, David. I'm a little odd, but that's all right. So I've been teaching people technology stuff, mostly small business owners with their marketing type technology stuff.
Okay.
Forever, just forever. And it was kind of a good gig, but I sort of wanted to specialize about a year ago, because when you specialize, then it's just so much easier to do marketing and to do a whole lot of stuff, because people know exactly what you're about.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I ran into bots about a year ago because a client had a question about them. And I have never looked back. It took me about 2 weeks to just build an entirely new business focused around messenger marketing. I just looked at it and I thought, that's it. That's what's coming, and I need to be a part of that immediately.
You recognized a trend before it became one. And, there's lots of people have jumped on board. And that's great. That happens in, any of this stuff that we do. And I've looked and been involved with some others before you and I really connected. I had heard of you, but, we hadn't really connected or spoke. And I wish I'd have found you first. And don't get me wrong, the other ones provided a lot of valuable information, and I was able to learn from them. But I think what it is about, I guess it's probably your personality that I was the additional attraction to what you're doing with bots, and also I guess your reachability, being able to reach you and connect with you one-on-one personally, and that's you're I guess it made it more real for me, right? So would you say that's a big part of your success is, obviously your personality, but that realism that you bring in?
Well, I would say that. And I would even take it a step further and say, we all think about, if you're a small business owner, you've probably been to 1,001 networking meetings. And, stood there with a drink in your hand and talked to probably 10 people. Maybe 2 out of those people, you were like, I got to have a further conversation with that person.
Yep. And
you kind of take that and take those conversations further, and they turn into whatever they turn into. And then people think, I don't have time to do that stuff. No, what people don't have time for is to talk to the other 8. The 8 folks who are really not interested in what you do, or don't have a need, or don't know a friend who has a need. We don't have time to have lots and lots of conversations that don't have a lot of worth to us. What we wish we had time to do is just pursue those people who are interested and want to come after us. That's kind of the thing about bots, is that it allows you to focus your energy on those people who are most interested right at that moment.
Yeah.
Take that conversation to a one-to-one, take it out of the bot, and have a conversation and see what what are people made of, what makes them tick. It's like it turns normal marketing on its head. And that's what I like about it so much.
Yeah. Disruptive marketing. Would you put it in that category?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Because forever and a half, it has been about scream as loud as you can into this particular bullhorn and hope that some people trickle back to you. And those people that trickle back to you, try to convince them to buy something. That's sort of been what it's like. And like digital tools allowed us to do this all over the world all of a sudden. So that was super cool. Yeah. But the more people you get shouting into bullhorns, the more real people just go, I don't even care. I don't want to listen to it anymore. The more people get overwhelmed with what I would call value-free information. And the more that you are able to give people actual valuable information that they're interested in, the more they come back to you.
I guess that's a bit of the trick too, is I always like to say, selfishly, we all want to make $1 million, right? We want everybody to buy our product or our service, or buy into what we're doing, or donate to our charity, or not, whatever that looks like. We all want the money. But do we make the mistake of putting our concern on the money first, instead of like you say, having it's great to have 100,000 people follow me, but I'd sooner have 100 fans than 100,000 likes. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, because those likes, it translates into kind of a positive ego hit. It's pretty cool. And in fact, there's been this, I read the story of a guy who took, and this was some big city he lived in. He would put pictures on Twitter of people who were being intentionally rude on the subway.
Okay.
This became very popular in a very short amount of time. And then he felt like he had to carry on that popularity. Okay. So instead of doing things, taking pictures of people who were intentionally rude on the subway, he would start to just take pictures of other things just so he could keep this following up. And pretty soon he had kind of turned into the very person that he hated. Because he had to carry on that 1,000 likes overnight. That does something to people, Yeah. And so that was totally. I totally went down a bunny trail there, David. But I know you still love me. The ego hit that provides is not sustainable.
Right.
But I'll tell you what. I had a conversation with David Burrows last week. And I had a conversation with Stephen Healy as well. These were separate conversations. And I met people for the very first time that decided they wanted me to work on their stuff. Right. Because I've got a bot working for me. And that's all that it is. I mean, I have something that helps me filter out who is interested in receiving what kind of information from me. And I just give them the information that they want. And folks are like, I'm attracted to that. Let's start working. I think that you could teach me something. That never happened very easily before when I was trying to win a popularity contest.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to try not to fall into that, like I've even said here on the Be Live side of things, I wish there was a switch so I could turn off the number of viewers that are watching it. So I don't want the guests to see that either, because it doesn't really matter. Because if only 2 people are watching live, there's going to be a couple hundred that watch after the fact, right? And we stare at that number and how many clicks. I mean, come on, share. And I mean, that's a part of the marketing, right? But has the obstacle been though with chatbots? I think, was there a fear? I know. Well, I'll tell my story. I was guilty, as you know, of going, I don't know about this chatbot thing. Like that just sounds too robotic to me. Sounds too automated. No real human emotion involved there. But as I learned more about it from you and Stephen, honestly too, if you used properly, I guess, you overcome that, don't you, with a chatbot?
It's, in fact, easy to overcome that. The only real, if you think about it, the only automated part of a bot is when it will schedule up messages to send to you at a particular time of day, a particular message. But if you think about it, you're the person behind those messages. You're the guy in front of the camera delivering a message, personalizing that, making it valuable, making it your own. Yeah. You're the person writing the message or making the image or the video or the audio or whatever it is. And you can put the more of you, the more David Burrows you put into that, the better off you're going to be. So the human part of it is everything except the fact that your next message is coming at noon tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I guess you have to learn to not be spammy about it.
Oh yes. Well, here's the thing. Here's what people asked me a whole bunch when I got into bots. Yeah. They were like, if RJ, it's just going to turn into what email has become. An entire universe, a black hole of spam. That's what it's going to turn into. People are going to, want you to sign up for their bot and then they'll message you every day. Listen, The people at Facebook, I have a love-hate relationship with them some days, but Facebook owns this platform. Facebook is ready to kick you off, shut your account down. If you spam people, they will know because you'll get reported.
Yeah, that's
with email, nobody owns that. Nobody owns that platform. I mean, you may get it through Gmail, but Gmail's not gonna, reports. Well, they do report spam occasionally, but like they're not in control of that platform.
Yeah.
Facebook Messenger is very specific about how they want us to act.
Yeah,
and
they're very clear on their rules. With many other things from broadcasting live to Messenger. They're very clear, and they don't really have it's about almost a zero tolerance, right?
Well, especially if you're one of those folks who decide to use it as a Groupon and gonna spam you every day with messages, they'll yank your Messenger account for your business. Yeah. They will. They're not afraid.
I can't. So you're not saying I can't approach people who, I guess, they opt in, right?
They have to opt in,
right? So, but then even after they opt in, there's still limits to what I can do to those people who just subscribe to without getting into Facebook jail.
Exactly. So they have rules that unless people have interacted with your bot in the last 24 hours, that there are certain types of messages you can't even send.
Yeah.
And that to me is a great safeguard for, the people who are trying to hack around this stuff. And, if a new marketing method comes out, the next day, 10 classes are going to come out on how you need to hack that system to get 1 billion people. It's just going to happen because that's the universe that we live in. Yeah. So there will always be those people trying to cheat the system out there. But for me, the beauty of it is that messenger bots give people, for the first time in a marketing method ever, gives people respect and space. If my bot asks you if you want to take the free 7-day mini course on bots, and you say no, I will never ask about it again.
Yeah,
I never need to ask about it again. We're done. We've had this conversation. So much of the marketing out there is like, you have to refuse at least 7 times. Well, that's just not going to work. If you were having a conversation with me,
it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. If you were having a conversation with me and you had to say no more than once to something, you would immediately feel like this person isn't listening to me. I think I'm just a sale to this
on my door. Yeah. Or when I went to a resort and they tried to sell me a timeshare and I said, no, thank you, 10 times.
10 times.
Part of no, don't you understand?
Well, and we as marketers,
Asian, right? Now it feels like, okay, you don't really care about me. All you care about is selling me your whatever. And that just turns me off even more. And that even says to me that you have no integrity or lack of thereof. Like, so why would I want to deal with you anyway? That's what I don't understand.
Well, and as small business marketers, what are we taught? We're taught that you have to be in somebody's brain or in somebody's email inbox every 48 hours or they're going to forget your name.
Yeah.
Because there's so much information out there. You have to be a person who does the hard sale. You have to learn to be aggressive and push yourself out there and all that kind of stuff. And you know who doesn't really respond to that is people like me. I'm not behind the camera, but like in real life, I'm kind of a little shy. I kind of hold back a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm not a big put myself out there and make a big splash type of person. Yeah. And so when, faced with all these marketing methods that require me to be a person that I am not, then I don't do so well. But when I'm presented with a marketing method that says, it's okay that you're shy, let's just record this video one time. And we'll put it out there just to the people who have already expressed interest in hearing about that. So you're not bothering them. I never feel like I'm bothering people because you've expressly given me, yes, I want to hear more about, blah, 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 whatever it is. So when I have an update and I push it out there, I don't feel like I'm hitting somebody over the head, or I'm making them pay attention to something that is not good for them, or, you know, I really feel like I'm just giving people value and they're reacting to it. And it's really simple.
Well, then I mean, because you have so much integrity yourself, like then you feel good about what you're doing. Like, doesn't it feel great to be doing like what you love and being good for people and making a living at it too? But instead of that hard sale, and I've been that guy years ago. I've done that hard sale. I sold Kirby vacuums door to door. True story. Like we have legislation in Ontario now that there's no more door to door.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's against the law. Yeah.
Nice.
So I mean, there's some that are allowed, but like no gas people come to the door and all this sort of stuff. But I think there's still a long way to go with the chatbots as far as, you know, it's a new thing. So it's always when it's a new thing. I mean, when the first person who ever had a heart transplant, like we were like, what? Now it's day surgery.
Yeah.
You know, so we're not quite there yet as far as it being 100% accepted, would you say?
I would say most people still don't even know about it. And most of the time, here's been my greatest issue, my greatest obstacle to overcome. And you mentioned it a little bit before. When you call it a bot, people think that either it involves Twitter in Russia, or it's like when you call into the cable company and the cable company says, press 2 to speak to sales, press 3 to speak to technical services. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, I would really like to talk to somebody's interactive voice response system today. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, people think that that's what.
So some places you press 0 and it does nothing.
Oh, I hate that because that's my secret shortcut.
Come on, right? I learned that if I want to get through to a big boy telephone company, I press 3 for Spanish.
Really?
Well, yeah, because chances are they're bilingual, right? So you get through quicker. And then you go, oh, I'm sorry, did I press the wrong button? And they'll start talking to you in English.
Nice.
It's French.
David Burrows.
You know, oh yeah, it's creative. I'd like to tell you I came up with that, but I stole it from a friend. But, you know, it's okay to be a copycat if you copy a good one. But RJ, now besides the bots, like you, I know that's your main thing, but is there anything else that you offer to people or that you're involved with that is kind of a combination to, you know, your career, or are you just into the bots?
It really is just the bots. I will occasionally, because I built websites for so many years, I'll occasionally, you know, still build some websites and stuff like that. Sure. But more often, that is integrated into what we're going to do with your bot.
Yeah, right. That's a part of. Yeah, okay. And you like to use Squarespace, is that right? Is that something?
Oh, for websites? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I won't WordPress anymore. I have one friend still on WordPress. Perhaps she's watching. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, she still uses WordPress, but she's kind of a technical, you know, she's definitely got some chops in the technical arena. Most people, I haven't built a WordPress in 4 years. It's all been Squarespace.
Yeah. I never went to WordPress. I'm a Wix guy right now.
Wix is good. The only thing better in Squarespace is they've got like really, really good customer service.
Right. Okay. All right. Fair enough. I will take you up on your offer to check that out. And that's, you know, that's the nice thing about having you on this show here too, for whoever's watching. I've gotten to know RJ. I've gotten to know each other well. I've had private one-on-one sessions with her, and I've used her expertise. So, I mean, I'm grateful for that, and I know we're working on some things together. So if that says anything to anybody who's watching, that I'm not being paid to say this.
Nope.
I genuinely, you know, we've been involved with each other, and I like what you're doing, and we like what each other's doing, and that's something that's been a part of our conversation, is that we've said, well, I can learn from you and you can learn from me equally. Not one's getting more out of it than the other. And I think honestly, we've added value to each other by that partnership, right?
Oh, for me, yeah. I mean, and that's it, is that, like, before I was so focused on, okay, is this person going to buy from me or not? And that was like, it was like binary, it's just 0 or 1. That's all that there is. But now it's like, I'm friends with you and many other people, and we're connected, and we kind of continually welcome people into the circle and cross promote each other, and we do well by each other. It's like, it's like the opposite of the networking meeting where you all sit around a table and go, okay, it's my turn to talk for a whole minute about what I do, and I expect you to refer me off of that. You know what I mean? That's like, that's how networking meetings are down here, or at least in Omaha. But I don't, to me, people aren't price tags.
Right.
And the sooner you treat them like a VIP, wherever they end up in your life, the better. Because then, you'll know, whether you need to, whether this relationship will continue, whatever it is. I just open a relationship, don't close a sale. That's my advice out there.
I'm gonna steal that one. I'm not gonna steal. I'm gonna borrow it.
Yeah, so. Do it. I stole it from social media marketing world.
There you go. RJ, I said it at the beginning of this. I'm glad we were able to come on early because we had more time. I do have my next guest sitting in the lobby waiting. But blackbelts.com is where you can find my dear friend RJ Redden, and of course Black Belt Bots on Facebook. And are you? Can I put an offer out there to those watching? Can I?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll get in the comments, and I'm going to drop this link. If you have questions about bots, I have a half hour for you. You can ask me anything about them, and anything starting from what are they, RJ? I have no idea what you just said, to asking me deep technical questions and troubleshooting the thing you tried to set up last week. I don't care what it is. You can ask me. It's completely free and no obligation. Honestly, you'll gain some knowledge about bots, and that's what I know. I'm going to drop the link in the comments so that everybody has it. Take advantage of it. Hit that link and let's talk about bots.
Yeah. And I don't know how busy you are. I hope you can stick around and watch some more of the show here. If not, we'll see you for sure. Okay, RJ. Mwah, thanks so much for being here. She's awesome. Thanks, RJ.
Bye.
RJ Redden, yes, she is awesome. I love hanging out with awesome people, and that's why we connect really well for many different reasons. Check her website out online, blackbelts.com. And as RJ said, no obligation at all. If you just want to even know how to spell bot, take her up on this free 30-minute one-on-one session that she will arrange around your schedule and hers. And I'm telling you, that's how I got started with her. It is invaluable if you're doing anything on social media, whether you're in real estate or you want to promote your business or your nonprofit or charitable organization. You need to connect with RJ. I know she's going to stick around, and check out in the comments below there. She's going to have some stuff for you. Alrighty. Are you a Parrot Head? Would you like to be a Parrot Head? Or wait a minute, David, what the heck is a Parrot Head? If you like to party and you'd like to party with a purpose, then you qualify to be a Parrot Head. My next guest is in the lobby. We're going to bring him in right now. He's been waiting. There he is.
Hey,
Doc
how you doing?
Flockerson. That's what we're going to call you.
Okay, you can.
Doc Flockerson. Jim Loxton, how are you?
So how you doing, David?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm glad we were able to get you on this week. Hello, Jim. He frizzed up. Jim, if you can hear me, I need you to refresh yourself. Don't take that personally. We're going to give it a moment here to see if we can get things back. All right, we're not sure what happened to Jim. Well, we're live, so we can do whatever the heck we want, right? So we got you all here. Here's the wonderfulness of being live. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let's see if we can get a hold of him here. And we're live. All right, we're gonna let him try to come back in. But is that him? Okay, I don't know. We'll carry on. Carry on. So Jim Loxton is from the Parrot Heads Onthe St Clair, and for those of you who are watching from out of town or another country, the St Clair River, right here in Sarnia and Sarnia-Lambton, is beautiful, and they're going to be having a Margaritaville sunset cruise on the Duke d'Orleans. The Duke d'Orleans, a local party cruise ship, if you will. In fact, the Duke d'Orleans is running today, has been running since 11 o'clock this morning, and is still going for the Seniors Cruise Day that is happening right now, and it's celebrating their 40th year. And there's Jim Loxton. We're going to try him again here. So are you there, Jim? He was there and he's gone. That's okay. He's working on it. I have faith. The Duke d'Orleans cruise ship is 40 years for the Seniors Cruise, which was started, 40 years ago by former radio personality Peter Henderson, who's since passed away, but it was carried on for many years and is going on today. And everybody just gets on the Duke and they take them for a 1 hour cruise, and they just do that all day, and it's fantastic. And the Duke d'Orleans notably donates their cruise ship and their time, staff, and all the fuel. It's all donated by the Duke d'Orleans, so thanks to them for that. And just having conversation with Mr. Loxton to try to get him back in here. All right, I'm going to jump over for just a minute. We'll take a quick break, see if I can help our friend Mr. Loxton get on here, and we'll be back in a moment. All right, I think we might have found Jim, so we're going to try again. Hey, Jim.
Hey, how you doing?
There you go.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't freeze again.
All right, modern technology. It's good. I was talking about you behind your back while you were gone, so it's okay.
Well, I could hear it. Sue's monitoring the other PC.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So we get in there. Let's talk about the Parrot Heads and the Parrot Heads Onthe St Clair. What's that?
Yeah. Well, well. Let's start by describing what a parrot head is. Okay?
Yeah.
Sure. And where did the name Parrot Head come from? It came from a concert in Ohio at the Kings Island Amusement Park when Buffett was playing there in 1985.
Okay.
Now, in that concert, there was
Oh, we've lost him again. We'll keep trying. I don't know if it's
Okay.
your internet connection is if you're on Wi-Fi and it's maybe a little slow.
There, have you got me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I don't know how much of that you heard, but I had a great story I was telling you. Oh, shit.
Well, let's carry on and talk about. So the Parrot Heads are on the St. Clair local group that likes to
I don't
party
know how
with
much
a purpose.
Okay, so every time you stop talking, it seems to freeze. I
Are you
can't
there?
make this work.
Can you hear me?
I can't make it work.
All right, I guess we're having some technical difficulties there. So once again, the Parrot Heads on the St. Clair have a cruise coming up in July, and you can go to their website online to the Parrot Heads. Well, there it is right there. You can find them on Facebook, and you can also find them at Parrotheads Onthe St Clair.com and get your tickets for their Margaritaville Sunset Cruise. And Jim, I'm sorry we couldn't make that work out. We'll have to maybe try again, or I'll tell you what, we'll get together in person and we'll record the interview, and then that way we can make things work. So Margaritaville Sunset Cruise coming up, and we're going to take a short break as they get ready for my next guest. We will return in a moment. Stand by. All righty. Ready to try again, Jim?
I
Hello?
can't hear him. Can you turn your volume up?
We're trying again. Hello.
Yeah, sure. How you doing?
Well, I'm good, but you have to
volume up?
close the other window. You can't be listening on Facebook
Okay.
while we're live.
Yeah, hang on. Okay, can you got me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Well, I haven't got my headphones on and I can't link my hearing aids to this thing, so I'm a little bit out of sync.
That's okay. All right. I'll talk about it again, but we got some time. We'll give it another shot. So let's talk about
Okay.
there.
Yeah. After all of that, change devices, and now we're good. Okay. Anyway, what I was doing, what a parrot head is, where the name Parrot Head came from. Back in '85, Buffett was playing at the Timberwolf Amphitheater in the Kings Island Amusement Park in Cincinnati, or just outside of Cincinnati. And in that concert, he was remarking to Timothy Smith, who, as you know, is a member of the Eagles. Now, he was remarking to him that the fans out there, they're all wearing parrot hats and Hawaiian shirts. And these guys were always at the concerts, no matter where he played. There was guys all dressed the same way, and gals, of course. But all the fans together, they looked like, to him, and he remarked this to Timothy Smith, was they looked like deadheads from the. So what he did was Smith turned around to him and said, "Well, they're parrot heads." Right, so that's the rumor and how the name got started.
All right.
But in reality,
a story.
Yeah, I've only told you that 3 times now. So,
Not at that time.
Yeah. But anyway, the term parrot head refers to all of. Originally, it was just the fans of Jimmy Buffett, and now it's become an organization that's worldwide. And we have a parent organization called FIP, which is the Parrot Heads in Paradise. So we belong to a greater bunch. And every year they have an annual event that they go to. It's called MOTM. It's Meeting of the Minds, and it's held in Key West.
Okay.
They attend this. They have concerts. They have workshops. They do a couple of fundraising efforts down there in Key West as well. But you got to keep in mind that these events are huge. Right. There's hundreds of parrot heads there doing all organized and doing what they need to do and making key connections and learning how to do things from other groups and whatnot. And okay. We go down there every year. What was that, David?
No, I just said, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now, the FIP group, they've been in existence for, I think, about 17 years now. And over that, 16 years, sorry, I just did the math in my head. Over those 16 years, they have raised $50.5 million and put in 4 million volunteer hours.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot from a couple of people who are Jimmy Buffett fans, right?
A lot of partying with a purpose.
So we're part of that organization here in Sarnia and Sarnia-Lambton, and we're looking for new members all the time. So we're trying to get some new members out here, and if somebody wanted to come out and see what we're all about, we meet on the last Tuesday of each month at the Bottoms Up in Point Edward, which is tomorrow night, by the way, right? All right. So come out and meet us there. And
what time you do that? Sorry?
At 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
7. Yeah, the last Tuesday of every month at 7 o'clock, you'll find us there.
So if I come out there tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, and I can bring a friend too if I want, and we'll
bring 2 friends.
Well, I know I have 1 friend. I'll see if I can find. Depends what time of day it is.
Yeah.
Well, talk to me a little bit. If I know you've got this Margaritaville cruise coming up, can you talk about that?
Sure, we can. The Margaritaville Sunset Cruise is something we've done in the past, and this is turning into an annual event now. And the cruise, by the way, is totally sold out. I just fixed the website this morning, indicating that the Margaritaville Sunset Cruise has been sold out.
I guess I'm not going.
I guess.
Well, that's a good thing, though, because this is you're raising money for St. Clair Child and Youth. Is that right?
St. Clair Child and Youth. We're raising money for the Women's Interval Home and also the Boys and Girls Club.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really great local causes here. So there's entertainment on there, though. Is there a band on there?
Yep, the Steve D Trio is going to be on there. That's the house band at Bottoms Up.
Yep, yeah.
Anybody want? Great bunch of bunch of guys. And we'll be having some draws and some raffles and whatnot as well. So,
well, I'm glad that's worked out for you.
It has. It's remarkable what this town does. It's just amazing how giving Sarnia Lambton is. Really,
no argument there. I couldn't agree with you more on that.
Yeah. Well, we just did an event for the Hub, and we gave them a check for just over 1,000. The Here Comes Summer event, and that was money well spent right there. Just getting that into them. And,
the Hub's an important part of keeping our community going in it when it comes to our youth.
Yeah. Well, don't forget, the way we do it is we party with a purpose, right? So, and we give to charitable needs. Yeah,
that's fantastic. Jim, I got to move on, but I thank you for staying patient there and getting through the interview. And it's a beautiful technological world when it works.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. No, you're fine. I'm just glad we could get through it. Goodbye, I will. All right, once again, Jim Loxton, or Doc Flockerson, as we like to call him, and he is a true Parrot Head. There's no doubt about that, partying with a purpose. Once again, the Margaritaville Sunset Cruise, well, it's sold out. So congratulations to Parrotheads Onthe St Clair for making that a big success, and the Stevie D Trio, great musicians down there. And as Doc said, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, if you're here in town, Bottoms Up, head there for 7 o'clock and join the Parrot Heads, find out what they're all about. I meant it when I said I've got a 6 o'clock, Jim, and when I'm done there, I'll try to pop down to Bottoms Up. And I have a friend who's a big Jimmy Buffett fan. We've talked about you, so hopefully I can talk him into coming too. So thanks again, Jim Loxton and the Parrot Heads, for joining us here. All right, just before we go, I don't know if you know that World Social Media Day. Have you ever heard of World Social Media Day? That's exactly what it is. Hashtag SM Day. Careful. It is Social Media Day on June the 30th, this Saturday. And in celebration, many different platforms are celebrating Social Media Day. And BeLive.tv is celebrating World Social Media Day. And they reached out to many corners of the earth and asked people to be a special guest on their 1-hour show that's happening at 1 o'clock Eastern on June the 29th. They're going to start things off early, the pre-show to World Social Media Day. And I'm very honored. I've been asked to be a representative of professional live streamers in Canada. So I'm going to be on the show there this Friday, June the 29th, once again, 1 o'clock Eastern for World Social Media Day. I'm so excited. That's like better than getting a Grammy, or, well, close. I am really honored and excited that BeLive has asked me to represent Canada for World Social Media Day. So we'll be talking about that more on the Facebook page. Keep an eye out for that. And watch the interview from people. There's a couple other Canadians representing as well that'll be joining me, and people from Australia, United Kingdom, Ireland, South Africa, United States, all over the world going to be there. And I'm just flattered and thrilled that I get to be one of the guests to represent Canada as a professional live streamer. So thanks, BeLive.tv, for that. All right. Well, wherever you're watching from, if you enjoyed the show, if you're watching live, type 10 down in the comments below. Give me the big 10. So that you said, hey, that just says, hey, Dave, I love your show and I enjoy watching what you have. And if you're watching the replay, do me a favor, type replay 10, right? So we know where you're watching from and who's watching. And I'll be back again next week. And don't forget to follow us along on the show Sarnia and also on the Video Show Network, TVSN World, everywhere on social media. Thanks so much to my first guest, RJ Redden. Mwah, she's awesome. Take her up on her free offer of 30 minutes one-on-one. She'll talk to you about bots or web. She'll just talk to you for 30 minutes. She's worth 30 minutes for sure. And take her advantage up on that. And then, of course, my friend right there, Doc Flockerson, is AKA Jim Loxton from Parrot Heads Onthe St Clair. They party with a purpose. That's all the time I got for you this week, everybody. Have a great week and an even better weekend. And I will see you next time right here on the show live. Bye-bye for now.